Alright, what is up you guys? I'm here with the Nature Boy Ric Flair DVD collection. This was a suggestion by Brian Bradshaw, so shout out to you. And we have 3 DVDs here. I am going to count the Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen DVD. But he was also featured in, the Best Stars of the 80s, the AWA DVD. So, these are the 3 that really highly profiled him. So starting off, we're going to go with the first ever Digipack. The first ever 3-disc Digipack set with the Ultimate Ric Flair collection. A lot of people say that this is one of the best of all time. And it really is. This is a great collection. 10.5-hour runtime, which is awesome. You can see you have that great shot. Probably my favorite picture of Ric Flair, honestly. You got the big gold belt, my favorite title. And great shots on the back here. You have him and Undertaker. 3-disc set with 10.5 hours of material. So yeah, let's open this up. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. So you have him and Jim Ross there. Some other screenshots. You have like a sort of Evolution days there. And then we have him in his robe. And then your steel cage match. You have him in the mic there. Pretty interesting. But we do get an insert. And we have a lot of content here. Basically, it has these little chapters and these little sub-chapters here. With pre-match interviews, post-match interviews. And then, like, for example, we have Harley Race in the NWA Championship. Bunch of bonus features there. You have all the pre-match and post-match interviews. Talking the Talk, Starrcade 85. You can pause. There's so much here, honestly. If you want to read anything, go ahead and pause it. But you have just jam-packed. Like, look at all this. You have Dusty's first interview after the injury. You have Ric Flair gets riled up. Dusty comments on the disappointing decision. Then you have Barry Windham keeping up with the champ. NWA World Championship match. Ricky Steamboat, the Rivalry, Clash of Champions 6. Terry Funk, Hardcore, Clash of Champions 9. You have a press conference. Talks about the plane crash. History of the Four Horsemen. A day in the life of the Four Horsemen. You have pre-match interviews for that one. Going on to disc 3 here, we have the Nature Boy Heads North. The 92 Rumble. You have his WWE TV debut, Primetime Wrestling in 91. You have the Funeral Parlor. And then we have Sting defining an era. Clash of Champions 27. So you have Kicked Out of the Four Horsemen. Ladies and Gentlemen, Sting, pre-match interview with Gene Okerlund. And then finally, Special Night in Greenville. You have Flair's Worldwide Wrestling Federation debut versus Pete Sanchez at the Garden in 76. You have the final Nitro addressing the fans on the final episode. Ric Flair versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw in South Carolina. And we have the post-show tribute. So, this obviously covers up to 2003. Because this was obviously the first DVD that Ric Flair was featured in. So, moving along, we are going to go to Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. Being honest with you, this is a must-have. You really need to have this in your collection. It's a great story. If you're a history buff, you like learning new things, this is for you. You have the symbol there, really cool. This is a 2-disc set with a 200-minute runtime. So, really, it could have been a 1-disc set. It really could have been. So, yeah, that's 3 hours and 20 minutes. You could have thrown that on 1 disc. But this was released in 2007. You can see both discs here. Really cool stuff. And with the insert, we have, get it open, you have your chapters. Look at that thing. That is jam-packed with chapters. And, it's your basic documentary. And, you have a lot of, like I said, for a lot of people, this would probably be new content. If you're a younger fan, this is a great history lesson for you. Extras, we have Tully Blanchard, college kid buys a Rolex. And you have a couple Dean Malenko. If you want to see individual reviews of these, I will go through every one of these extras and matches and stuff. So, you have a Barry Windham Luger story. You have the Four Horsemen vitamins, J.J. Dillon's pre-War Games match, and then the Four Horsemen interviews. Disc 2 is when we get into some matches. You have Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ric Flair versus Pez Waitley, the Italian Stallion, and Rocky King. Steel cage match, Ric Flair and Ricky Morton, Great American Bash. Tully Blanchard and Dusty Rhodes' first blood match. You have War Games. You have some more little vignettes and segments here. The Four Horse Make It Happen. A lot of NWA stuff. You have Clash of Champions. Four Horsemen give Sting the boot. So, yeah, you have a lot of WCW here, too. So, if you want to see a full review of this one, I definitely will. Because I do want to go over this one in good detail. Because I actually haven't reviewed that one before. So, that is definitely one on the list. And then finally, in my opinion, this is probably the one that I hold dearer to me out of all these three. We have the Nature Boy Ric Flair Definitive Collection. Mine is really beat up because I got it used. I'd like to get a better condition one, honestly. I wanted it, and I was tired of waiting, so I decided to get it used. But we have 3-disc set in 2008. And, this is kind of to coincide with his retirement. Well, retirement. I think he had 2 matches in TNA, if I remember correctly. But you have the WrestleMania 24 shot in the background there. And then, great cover. I personally like his Ultimate Collection cover better, but this one's still good. Opening it up, we have To Be the Man, You Gotta Beat the Man, once again. Really cool artwork here. You have Shawn Michaels. You have the Dragon, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And, just some great stuff here. And then you got Triple H in the steel cage. Taboo Tuesday. But yeah, look at this. It's really cool. It's like a felt finish. Very well done DVD when it comes to artwork and detail. Ric Flair really did deserve really good DVD treatment. And I think he really has. So behind it, you have Limousine Riding, Jet Flying, Kiss Stealing, Wheelin' Dealin'. Let me guess. Son of a gun. Alright. So, going in here, we do have the documentary. They did the 30 for 30 documentary too. I haven't seen that one, so I don't know which one's better. But this one's pretty good. You have your basic documentary treatment about his life, his career, the long road, the shortcomings, the just everything about his career and his life. And it goes over WrestleMania 24 weekend, goes over the farewell. So this is not really a heavily talked about documentary. Not really sure why. Special features, we have some different stories here. You have the Ric Flair tribute video. And then we have a few matches on discs 2 and 3. We have Jack Briscoe and Ric Flair. 2 out of 3 falls, Kevin Von Erich and Ric Flair. You have Harley Race. You have versus Sting versus Terry Funk. mean, what's a Ric Flair DVD without Terry Funk, right? You have the Taboo Tuesday Steel Cage match. You have a Ricky Dragon Steamboat. It's another one you gotta have from Spring Stampede. You have Roddy Piper. And then we have the career-threatening match, Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. His farewell address from March 31st, night after WrestleMania. And then we have some promos here. So, a lot of, let's see, NWA. And, yeah, it's all NWA stuff. So, pretty cool. So, if you want me to review these in more detail, I definitely can. These are ones I do really want to get to. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of this. And this has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.